Hey guys, Pretzel here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about some more Godzilla vs. Kong movie news. The first thing that we have up for today is set around an event that came out about 2 days ago called WonderCon. Of course, this event is virtual from, what's going on. And the event has its own, kind of fun name. WonderCon at home, which is really cool. And from what I know, this event was, talking about stuff for upcoming films. One of them, of course, being Godzilla vs. Kong. I don't know what else I talked about. I don't really care. But they did talk about Godzilla vs. Kong stuff, which is why I am here to cover that. But they mainly talked about Godzilla vs. Kong book stuff, which I have no problem with, but I would have liked something for the movie. Maybe like, I don't know, a teaser. That's just me, I'm not trying to be like, give it the trailer now, come on. You take your time, but I would have liked something, a new poster, image. Something would have been nice, but we got this, so this is as good as it's gonna get for the moment, and I'm not arguing too much, or at least I'm not trying to. But before I jump into anything here, I want to say the video is kind of like separate to itself, fully about Godzilla vs. Kong related stuff. So if you want to go watch that video yourself, I will link it in the description below. So if you want to go see it, then by all means go watch it. But jumping into this now, we have 4 new Godzilla vs. Kong related books. 2 of them we already know of. The first one that we're going to talk about is one that we don't know of. It is a Godzilla prequel comic that is supposedly following the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Sorry about that. And is going to be 100% focused on Godzilla's perspective and, give us a better look on Godzilla and his character, which I think is going to be really cool. I am excited to see that, just a comic, just full Godzilla and seeing what he's doing. And there's images that I have for it, but I'm going to get into that later on in the video. The next book that is mentioned is the Kong prequel comic that we already knew was coming, that features Kong and Camazotz. We have new images of Kong and Camazotz, but like the Godzilla stuff, we'll get into that later on in the video. But I also want to mention that there's not, I don't think anyone knows what time this comic takes place, so that is a big question, and I just poked my eye of what this comic is going to be taking place. I've heard that this is going to be taking place sometime in 2014. It could that, or possibly sometime during King of the Monsters. Maybe Camazotz wakes up because of Ghidorah. Though I'm not sure if that would be like accurate to the novel, because when Ghidorah does his call, from what we know, it only wakes up skull crawlers, so not really sure about how and when this is going to take place yet, but I'm sure we'll know eventually. But the next book there is a Kong picture book, and is focused for mainly like young audiences. So I'm not sure if this is like for children or for like maybe the audience of like maybe 9 to say 13. somewhere around there, possibly. Maybe even, like, you know, completely different, and I'm just thinking out of the box here. But that's going to be pretty interesting to see what that's going to be about. Another kind of comic, I guess is what you could call it, but it's more for, like, kind of easy kind of comic instead of having to read a bunch of text. So it's gonna be interesting to know what this one's gonna be about. The next one is the art of Godzilla vs. Kong. This we already know of, and you know there's not really too much to talk about that. But going back to the Godzilla prequel comic, we have images of Godzilla from the prequel comic. They're like in black and white, so we don't really get too much coloration out of it, of course, because black and white. I don't know, I'm just rambling. But the images does seem to be really cool, and the artist from Godzilla Aftershock is returning to do the art for this prequel comic, which is really cool because I didn't really read the Godzilla Aftershock comic. I kind of just like seen other people review it and like seen images from it. But from what I've seen, the art is really cool, and I'm pretty excited to see this person return for the art and see what he's gonna do. But you know, of course, it seems that he's gonna be doing pretty similar to what he did for Godzilla Aftershock. Or maybe it was she. I can't really remember. It's been a minute since I watched that video. 2 days exactly. 2 days. I probably should have reviewed it before making this video, but I didn't. But also a thing I wanted to talk about from this is that there is a possibility that this could be showing a new design for Godzilla. Of course, this being extremely similar to the 2019 design, but some have pointed out that it is possible that the dorsal fins are a bit different, possibly being more sharper, similar to, like, you know, how sharp they were in 2014, but, you know, still remaining, you know, in their 2019 form, just, of course, more sharper. Next we have is a new image of Camazotz, which looks absolutely amazing. From what I can remember, the artist that is doing this comic is from he or she did the art for Rebirth of Kong. I think that's what the comic was called. Not caused. I gotta take a drink. Sorry about that. My voice is starting to lose its grip. Anyways, the image of Camazotz looks really, really cool, in my opinion. And Camazotz might be one of my new favorite Titans. You know, of course, Behemoth is still going to be my favorite Titan. But I think this might be my second favorite Titan out of all the new Titans that we got. Because I just think he looks really cool. I really like the design. And I can't wait to see how he is. And he looks very ferocious. So I would imagine that's how he's going to be in the comic. And he's going to be a pretty big... I would imagine he's going to be pretty big of a challenge for Kong. But of course, Kong's going to beat him. Also, I've heard a suggestion that Camazotz could have fought Kong or a previous member of Kong's family before, reason, you know, why one of his horns is broken, which would make pretty much sense. So, Kong and Camazotz has some kind of history together. or maybe Kong doesn't even know of Camazotz, and then Kong's like, you're like kind of an issue in Skull Island, so you's gonna have to go bye-bye. Which is most likely what's gonna go down, because Kong's like, you're kind of like disturbing my area, so you gotta like back off. And when I mean back off, I mean go in the ground as in die. Anyways, we have a new image of adult Kong, you know, in quotes with my fingers, but of course you can't see it because the image is blocking my fingers. This might not be adult Kong. I would imagine it's like him as an adult, but as like a young adult. We don't know when this comic is taking place, as I said before, so this could be kind of like a young adult Kong, which personally I think that makes sense because the beard, which, you know, oh, look about fuck the beard. The beard that Kong has, it looks more shorter than the beard that we see in the Godzilla vs. Kong poster, from what we see of it. So I am guessing that this is younger adult Kong, you know, before he grows a little bit more and gets more of the bigger, luscious beard. But I can't really say if, you know, how tall he is right in the images that we see. We obviously know that he's pretty tall, but we don't know exactly. Say that Kong in Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be 350 feet. In this, from the images that we can see, I would imagine that he's probably maybe somewhere between 300 and 350. Probably being like 325, somewhere around there. Maybe even a bit shorter. I don't know. I don't really know. I could be wrong. I could be right. But only time will tell. But unfortunately, that is it for this video. Has nothing else to talk about regarding from what we know. But this is still very exciting to know that we have some Godzilla vs. Kong news. So that could mean that we might be getting some other Godzilla vs. Kong stuff coming out pretty soon. Who knows? We already know that there's going to be something for San Diego Comic-Con virtual. So very excited for that. But for now, that's all we have, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are ready for possibly tomorrow's video, which is going to be a custom figure. Damn it.